If you want to be a successful day trader, you cannot trade your P&L, your profit and loss. The problem with trading your P&L is, number one, you're going to end up taking profit early. Number two, you're going to hold on to your losers. Number three, it's not going to work. We're going to break down why you should never trade your P&L right here in this video. After today's live stream, a great lesson in the idea of not trading your P&L. Trading your P&L, day trading your profit and loss is the worst thing that you can do as a day trader. I try to not even look at my actual profit when I'm in a trade. I like to focus on a few things. I like to focus on what is my target, what is my stop, is my stop valid, not based on how much money I'm going to lose, but is it a valid stop based on the overall technical analysis and my overall setup, right? The issue with trading your P&L, your profit and loss, is that if you're in a bad trade and you're looking at it, you're like, oh shit, I'm down $1,000. What am I going to do? I'm losing money right now. But if you're not actually focused on the setup and all you're focused on is how much money you're losing, you might end up getting out early. You might end up holding on to the loser because now you're just justifying holding on because, oh, you know, I had my stop set up, but, you know, I'm down $1,000. I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold it. So you end up creating this emotion around the money, right? We're trading. We're trading futures. We're trading stocks. Whatever you're trading, we're trading in and out. We have our setups. We have our overall risk, our reward. But that risk and reward is not based on how much money we're going to make or how much money we're going to lose. That risk and reward is based on a few things. It's based on, for me, how many handles, how many dollars in that actual contract, and also the actual setup. If I enter a trade and I think, hey, this has room to drop or this has room to run to a certain level, why would I take profit just because I'm up $500? If I justify taking profit for $500 when I believe that there's a bigger trade, there's a bigger move to happen, at that point, why not take profit at $100, $50, $25? You see what I mean? So if you justify taking profit early just because you're up $500, it's going to, at that point, it becomes like, well, why even hold for 500, 1,000? Like, what's the difference? At that point, why don't I just take profit at 100? You have to believe in your setup. If you're trading your P&L, you're not going to get these big moves. If you're trading your P&L, you're not going to get out of the trade when it's invalidated, right? You're not going to follow the rules. If all you're focused on is how much money you're going to make or how much money you're going to lose, you're not going to be able to maximize your overall risk to reward. The idea here is, okay, I want to risk 5. I want to guarantee minimum, I want 10. But if I can make 20, if I can make 20 handles on that trade down, I ended up shorting right here for that break to the downside. And my target is obviously below 700. We know that support's there. So I'm going to risk here. My stop's basically up at this point, knowing that we have that resistance up there. So I'm shorting at the 05, 06 level. My stop at the 11s. Okay, perfect. We're going to risk 5 for a possible 10. But if we can get a move lower, which I believed, I talked about during the live stream, I thought we could move down to the 80s. If we broke below the 700 support, my plan was to get a move down to the 80s, right? And people were like, oh, that's not going to happen. You know, take profit, just take profit, you know? But the thing is, okay, we moved down from the 05s down to the 90s. So at that point, I'm up 15 handles. Perfect. Should I take profit at this point, right? Should I take profit right here? Or should I look to maximize this? I can take a couple contracts off. Definitely leave a winner. Let that winner go. Because at this point, okay, look, we now push back up. We're below those EMAs. We're below the EMAs here. Why would I get covered? We're below where I got in. You know, we're still, at worst come to worst, we're going to get out for break even, maybe a little bit more, you know, up in here. My entry is up at the 06s, 05s. At that point, look, we're pushing back up. Guess what? That 700 area is now turning into resistance. That previous support area is now turning into resistance. So really, it's like, hey, I should be adding to this trade, right? Because not because how much P&L, not because of my profit, but I'm trying to maximize my overall risk to reward. All right, we're entering here for the breakdown right there. We enter. We get the move down, this first leg. Perfect. Look at that. We've got now, you know, 15 handles. Great risk reward. We had our 5-handle risk, $5 risk on the contracts. We got our target. But the thing is, we know that this was previously support. And guess what? It pushes back up. and then it kind of goes, and then look how low it goes. And look at that. That's a 30 handle move, right? That's 30 handles, $30 to the downside. I'm only risking 5. Instead of just going, oh, well, I'm up $500, let me take profit. I'm up $100, let me take profit. Because I've done that, guys. I've been there. I've done that. I thought, at one point in my life where it was like, well, if I'm up $100, I might as well take it. If I'm up $200, I might as well take it. If I'm up $500, I might as well take it. So it really becomes this point of like, at what point do you just take profit? Or do you focus on the trade? Do you focus on your targets? And that's exactly the only way you're going to be profitable as a day trader. You have to focus on your targets, not on your profit and losses. Again, if you're maximizing your winners, you're letting your winners run. If you can maximize your overall profit, instead of only 10, that's $30, 30 handles to the downside. That's 6 to 1. Like, that's amazing, right? Normally, if I've been going into the trade, I'm 2 to 1. But on this, it's 6 to 1. My overall, like the rest of the day or the rest of the week, the next time I have a few losers, it's not going to matter because I'm maximizing my winners, right? I'm not trading my P&L. I'm not just taking profit because I'm up $100. You'll never be able to scale. You'll never be able to get better as a day trader if you just take profit every time you're up $100. Because at that point, like, you're never going to be up 200, never going to be up 500. So you have to focus on only one thing, the trade, not on the profit. You got to focus on maximizing your return, maximizing your reward, and also, minimizing your risk. The more that I can maximize my reward, the more I'm minimizing my risk. And we talked about in the live stream, as we broke below this pivot, like, where's my next target? Look at this. It got down there to the 364s. Yeah, it pushed back up, but in the overall bigger picture, look where it got to. It got to that target, that 364 area on the SPY. So, we're shorting here for the break below that pivot. And I know, like, hey, my strategy is to let these pivots, work out. Sure, like, that's a great profit right there. From the 367s down to 365, great, awesome. But again, it's like, okay, if I short here, where's my target? My target's that next pivot. Like, what's the point in even learning to day trade or even having a strategy if you don't let that strategy work? What is the point of even trying if you're not going to let these trades work out? Because if you're taking profit on every single trade early, you're going to end up holding all your losers for the full maximum stop loss, and you're not going to make money, right? You're just not going to make money. So my plan is very simple. I have these pivots, I have my breakdowns, I have my overall strategy. I'm going to let these winners run. So again, the moral of the story here is focus on your overall risk to reward. Focus on the trade. Focus on the setup. If you identify a level of support, if you identify a level of resistance, look for that to get hit. Don't just go, well, I'm up $500, I'll take profit. That's not what we're doing. We're not trading our P&L. We're not trading our profit and loss. Just get rid of your profit and loss and focus on the trade, my friends.
Yeah.